October 1644, in a tavern on Thames Street, present-day George Street, a ferocious fire broke out. The fire raged for nearly 11 hours, fanned by high winds. In total, some 300 homes were destroyed across 5 parishes. Although nobody is thought to have died from the fire, some £40,000 of property damage was recorded, the equivalent of £4 million today. The cause of the Great Fire? Indirectly, the fire was the result of the English Civil War, when Oxford served as the Royalist capital. When Charles I entered Oxford in November 1642, he brought with him an enormous retinue of supporters, sympathisers, officials and, of course, soldiers. It was these Royalist soldiers who, either by spit roasting a pig on a windy night or by throwing away their pipe embers, caused the catastrophic fire of 1644. Fire was not the only unintended consequence of the Royalists making Oxford their capital. Overcrowding, sewage, poor sanitation and plague all followed. While the king and his family lived in the relatively sumptuous setting of Christ Church College, most of the king's followers had to be lodged in the homes of ordinary Oxford residents. According to a survey conducted in January 1644, there were 408 newcomers lodged in St Aldate's parish alone. Royalist soldiers were also billeted in the parishes of St Michael's and St Mary Magdalene, and accounts of the Easter offering in St Ebbs reveal that the parish population had almost doubled by 1644. Living conditions for incoming Royalists and Oxford residents were far from comfortable. Lady Anne Fanshawe, the daughter of a Royalist merchant who had fled to Oxford, recalled in her memoirs.
From as good houses as any gentleman of England had we come to a baker's house in an obscure street, and from rooms well furnished to lie in a very bad bed. We had the perpetual disclosure of losing and gaining of towns and men. At the window, the sad spectacle of war, sometimes plague, sometimes sickness of other kind, by reason of so many people being packed together.
Overpopulation put enormous pressure on the city. Few of the streets were paved, and even before the Royalists arrived, sewage was already a major problem. As the population swelled, human and animal waste started to pile up in the streets. By March 1643, the problem was so bad that the town council had to appoint 2 men in each parish to clear away the rubbish. Unfortunately, this proved too little too late, and in the summer of 1643, a typhus epidemic erupted. Mortality from typhus was very high. Parliamentarian spies claimed that as many as 40 people were dying each week in July 1643. Although the epidemic did subside after this, poor sanitation continued to be a problem, with other types of plague recorded in 1644 and 1645. It wasn't just parliamentary troops outside the city walls that threatened Oxford's residents during the English Civil War. From fire and overcrowding to dung and disease, there was plenty of danger closer to home.